Tonight, the case for acquittal. President Trump's lawyers kicking off their formal defense in the Senate impeachment trial, arguing the president should not be removed from office.
The evidence is actually really overwhelming that the president did nothing wrong.
In a brief 2-hour session today, Mr. Trump's attorneys teeing up an aggressive defense that partly paints the president as under attack by Democrats determined to undo the results of the last election and ensure his defeat in the next one.
They're here to perpetrate the most massive interference in an election in American history.
The president's attorneys also attempting to undercut the credibility of key House witnesses, including Ambassador Gordon Sondland, who spoke directly with Mr. Trump about the hold on military aid to Ukraine.
In his public testimony, Ambassador Sondland used variations of the words assume, presume, guess, speculate, and belief over 30 times.
The Trump team taking its turn after a 3-day presentation by House Democrats who wrapped up Friday, pressing the Senate to hear from new witnesses in President Trump's trial.
Give America a fair trial. She's worth it.
But the required 51 Senate votes needed to approve new witnesses are still out of reach for Democrats. What is your level of confidence at this point that you will find those 4 Republicans you need to?
It's a hard road to get 4 Republicans because of the enormous pressure they might feel. But if you're right and you keep fighting for the truth, you will prevail.
Jeff Bennett joins us now from Capitol Hill. Jeff, if the Senate does not approve additional witnesses, how does that affect the trial's timeline?
Right. Well, if the Senate chooses not to call those witnesses the White House previously blocked, the Senate trial would be on track to end around this time next week, Jose, well before President Trump is due to deliver his annual State of the Union address.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.